Hello, I'm Antonio Mora. This is the News and News.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in 4 minutes. It's Tuesday, September 18th at about 7:30 p.m. The Kavanaugh nomination again dominated the news today, although little else happened. Democrats called for the FBI to investigate the alleged 35-year-old sexual assault, while President Trump defended his nominee and downplayed an FBI investigation, saying it wasn't really their thing. Not sure how he determined that. He also said Democrats should have brought the allegations forth a long time ago. As things stand, a Senate hearing is set for next week, and it could be public or private, apparently depending on what the accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, wants. Reports are that Ford, at this hour, has yet to confirm she will be there at all. Ford says Mark Judge was in the room when the alleged assault took place. Judge sent a letter to the Judiciary Committee saying he does not want to speak publicly, but that he has no memory of the incident, does not recall the party in question, and never saw Kavanaugh act in the way described. Some are already calling for Judge to be subpoenaed. It is impossible for me, or I'd venture for anybody else, to conclude anything about these accusations, given how little we know. We likely will never know for sure, unless one party or the other suddenly changes their tune and says the other is telling the truth. As usual, these days, both sides are behaving hypocritically. If Republicans believe it's a serious enough allegation to dedicate a Senate hearing to it, why does it not merit an FBI investigation? On the other hand, cries from Democrats that there's not enough time for a full investigation ring hollow. Some top Democrats have known about the accusation for 2 months. There was plenty of time to investigate if they had chosen to pursue it before the 11th hour. And please stop saying this nomination has been jammed through. Chief Justice Roberts was confirmed in 23 days, Ruth Bader Ginsburg in 42, Sonia Sotomayor in 66. Kavanaugh was nominated 70 days ago, and that's already more than the historical average. So to both sides, I say, stop the political posturing, do your jobs, make your decisions honorably, and stop lying to the American people. I'm not going to hold my breath. In our daily alternate universes segment, the great divide between conservative and liberal media, I honestly don't know how I am flabbergasted on a daily basis by the sad state of cable news. Watching Fox for much of the day is like watching Kavanaugh's defense attorneys. It's a parade of guests who are Kavanaugh supporters facing one softball after another from anchors. It's embarrassing. Watching CNN and MSNBC is mostly the opposite. Anchors have become prosecutors, and most guests are Kavanaugh opponents. Embarrassing as well. Also today, South Korean leader Moon Jae-in arrived in Pyongyang for his third summit with North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Kim said he hopes to see substantial progress on denuclearization and flattered Moon, saying that without him there would have been no summit with the U.S. The mood in the North Korean capital was celebratory, but it's worth noting that Moon's agenda may be diverging from America's, seemingly focusing more on improving ties than on continuing the traditional negotiating posture of tough pressure on North Korea until it denuclearizes. In other news, Trump met today at the White House with Poland's president and said he was considering establishing a permanent military base in Poland. The Polish president said his country would be willing to make a large contribution because a U.S. presence was in his country's interest. He said he'd call the base Fort Trump. A base in Poland would not make Vladimir Putin happy, and he is increasingly behaving like the Soviet Cold Warrior he once was, including a series of recent poisonings that have been blamed on Russian intelligence. Today, the Kremlin claimed the missile that downed Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 4 years ago came from Ukraine, not Russia. Ukraine responded with outrage, pointing out that the international investigation blamed Moscow. Also today, the Kremlin claimed that Israel's, quote, deliberate provocations led to Syria accidentally downing a Russian military aircraft, killing all 15 on board. Putin later backed off, saying Israel wasn't responsible. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu expressed his condolences. Finally, I was among the fewer and fewer viewers who watched the Emmy Awards, whose audience reached another all-time low. It's ironic because television is going through a golden age with an incredible breadth of production from the traditional networks to premium cable and the online streaming services. Sure, the award ceremonies are turning off conservative viewers with all the politics, but ironically, the award show may mostly be getting hurt by all the great TV out there. There are so many nominated shows that only the most dedicated TV viewers could have seen a majority of them. I hadn't even heard of a whole bunch of those shows. We will have all those stories, or we have all those stories and much more updated around the clock 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you will find all you need to know in one place. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the right of your screen just below this video. Please follow us on Facebook at Real News and News, and me on Twitter at AmoraTV. I'll see you again tomorrow.